Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday slash Monday, depending where in the world you are. Hi, Holly. Hi, Melly, Katie, Anya, Debbie. Hello, Kimberly. Welcome, welcome. Don't forget to change over from top chat to live chat so you're not missing out on any of the conversation. Hello, Lauren and Rhonda and the Mermad Crafter. Welcome in. Let me know if you guys can hear and see everything okay, if the audio's sounding good, all that jazz before we fully get started. Hi, Catherine and Kanitra. Welcome in. Hey, Peyton and Ruby. Thank you for the confirmation, Peyton. Hey, Gabriella. Gabriella said, finally made it to a live stream. Welcome. So happy to have you here. It's always fun when people are finally able to actually make it live, especially anybody who consistently watches the replays. It's always so fun when you're actually able to be here live. Hey, Antoinette and Emily, Emily K and Emily P. Hey, Kalima. Welcome in. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Amelia. Who else is here? Lisa's here. Mermad Crafter is wondering if we got any other Missouri folks in the chat. Lauren said, I'm in a bit of a funk today and I don't know how to shake it off. I hope this live stream can help a little bit, Lauren. But, some days we're just in a funk. Sometimes the best thing for a funk is to go to sleep and wake up the next morning. And sometimes that alone can help. But I hope that you're able to get some relief, Lauren. Consistently, when I feel like I'm in a funk, I'll always check my Flow app because it always seems to be linked to my cycle for me, and it just gives me some, clarity and peace of mind to be like, "Oh, okay. I'm okay. I'm chilling. I don't need to stress." Hey, Robin, welcome in. Hi, Amanda. Awesome. Thank you for the confirmation, Kimberly. Hi, the Mallory Slay is official. I'm gonna call you Mallory. I'm assuming Mallory is probably your name, so I'll call you Mallory. Let me know if I should call you something different, though. And I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you so much. I'm so happy that you love my videos. I really appreciate that. Antoinette said, I'm lurking today because I'm kind of peopled out. I love to hear it, Antoinette. You do you. I totally get that. You're like, I don't want to talk to you guys today. I just want to lurk. And that is A-okay with me. Hi Earth said, is this a real cat with the tail on top of your iPad? Yes, this is my kitty Luna. She decided before the live stream that she wanted to lay right on the table. So I just scooted my camera a little bit and let her because she's clearly very content right here, sleeping beside me slash on top of my iPad. So we'll have some kitty tail hanging out with us today. Emily asked, did Jake make it back safely? Yes, he did. Jake returned yesterday. Yesterday, we had a Patreon Zoom hangout for the first time, which was so good, you guys. For those of you in the chat who were here, who were in the Patreon hangout, thank you guys so much again. I am still just thinking about it. It was just so magical getting to talk to you guys and hear your guys' voices and hear your guys' stories. And we laughed and we cried and we did everything in between. It was so fantastic. So I will be having a Patreon Zoom hangout every single month moving forward. It'll be open to free patrons as well. I usually do one live stream a month for my free patrons too. So if anybody is wanting to join in on that next month, you can join my Patreon. Even if you just join for free, you'll gain access to the Zoom hangout and a live stream here and there. Hey, Hannah Yuki, welcome in. Holly said, I won't make people cry next time. No promises, Holly. Who knows? But you made us cry so good. It was such a good cry. Um, but yeah, where was I? I feel like I was going somewhere with that. Um, oh yeah, because Jake came home right at the end of the Zoom hangout. So, everybody in the hangout got to see Luna being reunited with her favorite person. She was so happy about that. And I see we got some suggestions for Lauren to help get you out of your funk. Possibly doing something like coloring, painting your nails. I think up here too, we had somebody give a couple extra hobbies that help them get out of their funk. But yeah, doing something kind of occupying your mind is always helpful. I agree. Coloring is a great kind of, something to keep you busy, to hopefully just not have to dwell on the fact that you're feeling in a funk, but whatever works for you. I feel like it's a little different for everybody. Holly said something might be happening tonight at night 3 at the Taylor Swift Eras Tour as Taylor Nation, which is like the managing team, put an Easter egg of a Reputation song in their recent post. Wow. Well, that's exciting, Holly. I love getting the Taylor Swift updates from you. Hey, Tara, welcome in. We were so sad to not see you during the Zoom call, Tara, but I really hope that next month you're able to join. Gemini asked, "How long did the Zoom hangout end up lasting?" So I ended up ending it around 7. It was a little bit after 7 o'clock my time. So it ended up being about 4 hours long total. I only planned on going for a couple hours, but we were having way too good a time. So I just literally went until Jake got home. Hey, Amelia, welcome in. Amelia's working alone in the office today. So it is wonderful to have you all to keep me company. So happy to see you here today, Amelia. And hello, Lisa from Brooklyn. Aloha. Oh, also, I realized I didn't announce the Instagram giveaway yet. Um, I have forgotten to do that 2 days in a row now. So if anybody's wondering if I've announced that Instagram giveaway winner yet, no, bad, Kayla. But by tomorrow. I won't promise today because there's a good chance I'll get distracted after this live stream's over, but I do have it on my list. So tomorrow, when I check in with my bullet journal, I promise I will see that the I need to announce the giveaway and I'll announce the winner over on my Instagram. So if you haven't entered the giveaway yet, there is still time. I haven't announced the winner yet. It's a post, a little bit like I think I posted it on Monday. So a week ago, it's like a Instagram reel where you just have to comment, read the instructions, and comment underneath to enter. So go ahead and enter if you haven't yet, but I promise I will announce the giveaway winner by Monday. Mallory said, Luna is so cute. I know. She's being precious right now. She's very calm now that Jake is back. Hello, Sophie. Sophie said, "Sorry, I could only be on the Zoom call for a few minutes. It was my daughter's birthday party. Murphy, my 4-year-old, wanted me to tell you that she loved your headband. Necklace? I forget, but she loved it." It was so sweet seeing your 4-year-old Murphy on camera, Sophie. I thought that was so sweet. Also, tell me if I'm wrong, Sophie. There was someone, and I couldn't remember then who it was, that showed their little dog on the porch, and I didn't get a chance to call it out because somebody else was talking, but I feel like maybe that was you, Sophie. Was it you? Was that your adorable little dog that you showed, or was it somebody else? It could have been somebody else, in which case, just ignore me, but okay, it wasn't you. I was like, "Was it Sophie?" I really wanted to acknowledge the person's adorable little dog that I didn't get a chance to acknowledge. So, if you're watching and that was your tiny little dog, you let me know because I want to give him a little shout out. Hello, Ray Beth. Welcome in. Yes, this chat is coming through. I see that chat. Did you say something farther up that I missed? There you are. Hey, y'all. Hey, Ray Beth. Welcome in. So happy to see you. And actually, didn't change over from top chat to live chat, so there's a chance I've been missing some people's chats. I've changed over now. Don't forget to change over from top chat to live chat, otherwise YouTube sometimes filters out certain people's comments. All right. Let's see. Holly said, I showed my dog, but at the beginning, what do you say something farther up here, Holly? Will there be any giveaways? And then you said that I could also announce the giveaway winner on stream. No pressure, but the idea just came to me. Holly, that's kind of a good idea. I'm not going to do it now, mostly because I just don't want to have to fuss around with the comment picker that I use. Um, but we'll see. Maybe at the end of the stream. If not, tomorrow. Amanda said, I showed my not so tiny dog Noodle, but I didn't get to introduce him because someone was talking and I had to hop off. Crystal said, good morning. Sad I missed the Zoom chat, but my youngest decided she wanted to stay awake until 6 a.m. Oh my goodness, Crystal. That is rough. Lord, 6 a.m. Oh my goodness. Well, we missed you and I hope that you can be there for the next one. Hey, Kathy, welcome in. First time chatting, but I've been lurking for a few weeks. Nice to meet you. So happy you popped into the chat, Kathy, to say hello and introduce yourself. Welcome in, and I'm so happy to see you here and happy to have you pop into the chat for a little bit. The Mermad Crafter said, I just joined your Patreon. I am so excited to hear that. Welcome to the Patreon fam. Make sure to explore around on my Patreon. I highly recommend looking at it on a computer if you really want to get the full functionality of the site, be able to see the master post I pin at the top and all of the different collections. And I hope you enjoy everything that you find over there. Hey, Wendy, welcome in. Sophie asked, is the next Zoom Hangout scheduled yet? Not yet. I'm going to be posting it with the July live stream schedule. So, in the first week of July, we'll have it scheduled and posted. Hi, Ert asked, what time is it in your region? It's just a little bit over midnight here in Vietnam. Vietnam, that's a very underrepresented country in our little online family here. Like I don't think I've ever sent out a sticker order to Vietnam. So I'm very excited to hear that you're from Vietnam. I always think it's so cool how many different countries people are from in the chat. I live in Florida in the US, so it's Eastern time and it's currently 1:20 in the afternoon. Hey, Ganilla, welcome in. First live stream. I randomly got the notification while actually having time. Love your videos. Your more recent video helped me get the energy to prep for next week. Thank you so much for popping into the chat. I'm so happy you're able to join the stream today. And thank you so much for the kind words about my last video. I was very pleased with how that one turned out. So I'm happy to hear it was helpful. That's all I can ask for my videos. I love hearing when they help, motivate people or make people feel like they can, get planned for the week ahead, get organized in their journal and in their planner, whatever it is. So thank you so much for sharing that, and I'm so happy to have you here. All right, so after those lovely introductions, let's get into the meat and potatoes of today's live stream, which is some sticker designing. So, every single month, I design a new sticker collection, and then that sticker collection gets sent to my patrons the following month. And then the month after that is when it gets listed for public sale in my sticker shop. So, currently, we are working on a frog tea party themed sticker collection. My patrons also vote on my themes every month and are a part of the whole design process. It is a fun time, and we have been having a blast working on this very different and fun sticker theme. So, as you can see, I've been drawing out these really adorable little frog characters in various stages of a tea party. We have one up here who's lounging in a teacup. We have a lovely froggy couple here just sipping on some tea, giving Kermit the Frog energy here, which is why I had to put Kermit in the thumbnail today. We then have our two very hungry frogs nomming on some cake. We also have named quite a few of these frogs. Like this is Peter Munchie, and this is his friend Doobie. I can't take credit for the names. My viewers and patrons are always the ones that name my different animal characters that we put into the sticker collections. And then down here, I think Penelope is what we named this frog, and I can't remember the other names. If we have other names, I cannot remember, but these are the last frogs that I drew during my last Patreon exclusive live stream, which was on Thursday. So we completed working on these two little characters. They're very dapper with their hats and their dresses and their his little vest and pocket watch. So to start this stream, I'm going to jump back in to this scene here and create a little bit of a background. Another part of this theme is the wildflower motifs that we have uh, coming through. This theme actually is a combination of 3 themes that were on my last Patreon theme poll that basically all tied. So the different themes that ended up getting combined together was a frog and dragonfly theme. I think I do want to put some little dragonflies in here as a little like extra detail motif, and a tea party theme, and then a wildflower theme was the third one. All of these tied, and that's where we got this theme from. So, wildflowers are coming into all of the backgrounds. I got one here. This one has some flowers at the bottom and then some cattails to tie in that like frog, swampy kind of part of the theme. We have some other wildflowers behind our cake eating frogs, and we don't yet have any background on this little scene here. So, I'm just going to jump right back into this little framed square scene and start working on a little background here. Hey, Gina, welcome in. So happy to see you today. And welcome to anybody else who's been joining in while I've been yapping. Oh, Luna, you're having a good day, huh? Are you so content? Here, I'll really quickly. Oh, I got my bun falling out back here. Real quick, let me show you guys Luna because she's being so cute. And don't mind my messy desk. I didn't clean it after the Zoom call yesterday. But look at her. Look at this sweet girl. Such a sweetie. We love Luna. Luna's the star of the channel. Let's be real. We all know it. We're just here for the Luna appearances. Okay, so you're so right, Crystal. Luna is such a lovely, fuzzy wrist rest. I know, right? She's being so sweet right now. And I love when her tail swishes in screen. I think that's so sweet. Gabriella said, if that's a mess, I don't want you to see the state of my craft room right now. I love what you said, Ganilla, that a mess is just a lived life. So true. So true. I'm never somebody who's too fussed about things being like too perfectly tidy, especially in this space where I'm always journaling and crafting and creating things. It's like I use all this stuff anyways. So who cares if it's sitting out? All right. So let's jump into this background, shall we? So I just want to do some, simple kind of like flowers coming up at the bottom, some flowers and grasses, similar to what I've done in the other headers. So I'm going to go to my layers here, and I have my background layers that have my plants and stuff on them. So I'm going to go to one of these background layers right here. Luna, do you mind? I'm using this Spectra brush for most of the illustrating in this theme. So I'm going to grab that Spectra brush and I'm going to grab one of my kind of base green colors and start first going in with some grass down at the bottom. Make sure that my brush is a good size. Okay. Just starting to do some back layers here. Guard asked, "How was the Zoom meeting?" Ugh, it was so good. It was really amazing, honestly. Put me in such a good mood. It was such a beautiful moment getting to actually see and talk to you guys. And I was saying, Guard that I'm gonna make it a regular monthly thing. So every month we'll have a Patreon Zoom hangout for all patrons, including free patrons. So it was too good. We can't have that be the last one. So we're just gonna make it a regular thing. Gemini asked, "What surprised me the most about the Zoom?" One thing that surprised me was just how seamless and easy it was. I was definitely expecting there to be more kind of fumbling around or like, I just really didn't know what to expect about it. I wasn't sure if it was going to be um, difficult to keep up conversation, if it was going to be something where I was going to have to more guide conversation. It was just so easy. Um and that did definitely surprise me. Um, and I think I don't know if this surprised me, but it almost, like, reaffirmed how incredible you guys are, because I really was just wondering what the how it would translate, us constantly communicating in chat form, and then finally us all being kind of, like, virtually in person. I was just very curious how that was gonna translate, like, if people would seem very different in person compared to how you guys seem in the chat, if it was gonna be, if conversation was gonna flow the same way, and it was just you guys are just so amazing? And I think, again, I wouldn't say it's something that surprised me, but I was just so, it was so affirming to leave the Zoom and just be like, I loved everyone that was there, like all of you, everybody who got a chance to speak. It really didn't just make it feel like it made it feel even more like we are friends? Um, it felt so mutual and so natural. It felt like something where, um, even if I wasn't there, you all just would have been connecting with each other so beautifully. Yeah, so just it was just such a wonderful time. And again, I'm so grateful to have such a beautiful, lovely community of people here following me. I'm really lucky. Like in terms of the internet is a mixed bag, and I think it's a combination of like the wholesome content that we enjoy, like the fact that we connect around bullet journaling automatically means that we all kind of have, I don't know, we have something in common, that isn't it's not very superficial. Like it just all really translated when we were all together in this virtual room. Um, and it wasn't awkward, and, it was just easy. And I also appreciated that I didn't have to really guide people in how to make the Zoom call work. People started using the hand raising feature when they had something kind of like longer that they wanted to share. And that worked really well and easily. And it just happened. Like I didn't have to instruct people. And I think the thing that did surprise me on a different side of things was I didn't even really think about, like, that there would be people that maybe wouldn't get a chance to talk because I saw that there was some people that had their hand raised, but then, of course, it's like they had to leave, they had to go do something. Um, so I wish that I could have heard from everybody. I think we did a good job, and most people that wanted to speak, did get a chance, but, maybe next time I was thinking maybe I can kind of see ahead of time, like, is there anybody that has to leave soon that has something they wanna say? So that way I can hopefully get a chance to hear from some more people who weren't able to stay the whole time. But yeah, it was wonderful. It was amazing. I loved it. Again, the full range of emotions presented themselves during that stream, and the feeling I left with was just utmost gratitude, utmost gratitude for this community, for all of you. Like, I truly, I truly do just feel so lucky to know such an incredible group of people. Um, and it's all just it's I think I kept saying it during the stream, like it just really trips me out, honestly. Um, you know, when you do something that's primarily online, really being able to see your guys' faces and hear from you made it a million times more real, like the time that we share together. And yeah, I was just so grateful to see that I have um, such an amazing community here, and we all care about each other so much, and impact each other's lives so much. And isn't it cool just being in this, like, internet age? That was the other thing I kept reflecting on. I'm like, "Oh, it's so cool that we live in a time where this can happen," you know? And yeah, Tara asked how many people were there. Yeah, there was like 40 people there. I think by the end there was 25, but I was looking at the bottom and pretty consistently there were 40 people, which is awesome. Sandy said, "I hate that I missed it." And I feel very bad. I always feel bad if anybody can't make something, but I just want to assure you guys that this is going to be a regular thing from now on. We'll have more chances to hang out with each other. And even if it takes a couple months for our schedules to line up, I really hope that everybody who wants to join one of these gets a chance. And that's also why I'm going to make sure it's something that is open to all patrons, including free patrons, because I don't want for money to be a barrier that stops people from being able to attend the Zoom hangouts. So it will always be something that's accessible for free patrons as well. Um, and yeah, I'm very excited for the next one. Very, very excited for the next one. So yeah, thank you again to just everybody who joined in, everybody who was there and brought their lovely selves, because couldn't do it without you guys being so wonderful. Mermad Crafter said, "I joined for the videos on Patreon. I'm very excited to see you during the Patreon live streams. And for anybody curious, we have a few more live streams coming up this month. We've got 3 more this coming week. One on the 26th, which is at 2 p.m., one on the 27th, which is at 2 p.m., and then one on Sunday. This is going to be a public live stream again at 1 p.m., and these Patreon streams are for $10 and up patrons. So 3 more live streams coming up next week, 2 for anyone who is a $10 patron or above, and then 1 public live stream on that last Sunday of the month. All right, let's start bringing in some lighter colors into these grasses that I have going on down here. Oh, big stretch, Luna, big stretch. You're being very sweet. Yes, you are. You're being very sweet over here. So this is just kind of like a background layer of grass. And then I'm going to have some flowers coming into the mix. But for now, just kind of doing some background, grassy shapes. Amanda said, "I'm gonna be in Orlando Thursday for a conference, but I'm hoping I won't have anything that first day so I can relax and do my plan with me while you're doing yours." Oh, I hope that you also get that free time on that first day, Amanda. Gabriella said, I read the make art for fun bingo spot as make out for fun, and I was so confused. Isn't making out fun in general?" I love the implication that, like, if I'm putting make out for fun on my self-care bingo card, then it means that, like, I'm typically making out, like, not for fun, like it's a job, like, "All right, honey, come on. It's time for our weekly make out session." I love that. But what a good thing to put on your self-care bingo card, like, make out. Just just have a good make out session. Oh, no, Karen. Welcome in. But oh my god, after the Zoom yesterday, you got really sick and threw up. So no food for you today, but you're glad you have the stream to distract you. I'm so happy that you're here, but I'm so sorry that you got sick. That sucks. And I hope you feel better soon. Hey, Megan. All right. My goodness. All right, let's do another layer now of or actually maybe I might darken up these grasses to push them a little farther into the background before I start going in with another layer. I can hear that it's begun raining outside. Hear the lovely sound of rain pitter-pattering. All right. Oh, another big stretch, Luna. Oh, you're knocking stuff off my desk. There's cat hair now everywhere, but it's worth it for this sweetie. Oh, now you're gonna clean yourself. Oh, oh, look at her. Look at her. Are you very sweet? Are you very sweet over here? Gabriella said, I love her collar. Thank you. It's got moons on it. Moons for Luna. Mallory just became a patron. Oh my goodness, Mallory. I'm so excited that you've joined the Patreon fam. Welcome. I can't wait to hopefully see you during one of these live streams coming up this next week. And same thing I said before, highly recommend looking at Patreon on a desktop, gives you a little bit more navigation choices. And scroll around through there. I've got hundreds of printables, hundreds of past live streams, I got fonts, digital stickers. It depends on what tier you join, but even free patrons have printables and live streams to access and all of that stuff. So I'm so excited to have you here. Sophie said, maybe one year I'll remember that I need two yearly trackers instead of ordering one in a panic in the middle of the year. That's relatable. That's relatable. Gabriella said, I also joined Patreon. I am not about to miss out on the next Zoom call if I have anything to say about it. Oh my goodness, you guys are making me the happiest little Patreon creator ever. I always just get so excited hearing about new people joining the Patreon community. It's such a wonderful time over there. Um, all of my viewers are my favorite, but me and my patrons just spend so much time together. It really is like we're all friends, you know. So I'm just so excited to know that there's gonna be some new people at next month's hangout. Holly said, "Will it be at the same time every month?" Um, I don't think I can say yet. I do feel like I think he'll probably always be on a Saturday. And I feel like that time, worked out. I know it's really early for my Australia, New Zealand folks, but I also know it works out for a lot of my European viewers. Because for some of you it was like midnight, but for my Australia and New Zealand fam, it was more like 3 or 4 AM when the live stream started. Um, but yeah, so it'll probably be somewhere around that same time. It might change a little bit month by month, but it'll be roughly at the same time. And I think Saturdays are going to continue to be the Zoom hangout day. Since Sundays are our public live stream days and weekends generally work best for people. All right. What kind of flower? Oh, what? You want your box back in there? Here you go. There you go. There you go. There's this box that's been in the closet that Luna has really been loving, so I had to put it back in there for her. All right, so what kind of flowers should we do here? I'm trying to think if I want to bring in any other types of flowers or stick to the types I've already been creating. I also see this little stray mark. Let me get rid of that. So I'm definitely going to keep the flowers in the same color schemes. Oh, Courtney suggested daisies. I would love to put some daisies in here. So let me go to Pinterest and look up some reference photos. Hey, Marisa, welcome in. So happy to see you today. Holly said, I'm super impressed that Taylor can remember the words. I mean, I can, but I just get them mixed up and I'm not in tune. And do I care? Nope. All right. Beautiful. Oh, I love this. Some white flowers. This will be fun. Oh, and I can also look, this one has blue and pink. This is literally our color scheme. Okay, this is a great reference for me to go off of. So let's go ahead and start putting in some flowers. So I'm going to go to a new layer. And I'll start by putting in some white daisy shapes. Marisa said, "It's so good to see you, and I can also picture everybody now. I was up till like 9 AM today after yesterday. Or you got up at 9 AM today. You're so proud. I am proud of you, Marisa, and I adore that I can now picture your face and hear your voice now when I read your chat. It's the best. I love that we all got to see each other. It really was so much fun. All right, so we're putting in some daisies, or at least daisy inspired flowers here. I'm keeping all my flowers pretty simple and basic in shape. I'm not going too much into detail. You can kind of see when I zoom in on these. Very simple, very simple. Same with these ones up here. These ones have a little bit more going on to them because there's more petals, but in general, I'm contrasting the more loose florals with these more detailed foreground subjects. So that's why all the flowers are pretty loosey goosey. Let's do some pink. I don't know if pink daisies like this are a real thing, but in our world, I'm definitely going to do some pink daisies. Oh, Courtney, I wish you could have joined too, but I totally get it. You said yesterday was just not my day. Out of all the days it could have happened that time of month, it had to happen on the first day of the Patreon Zoom meeting. Isn't it annoying how our bodies do not adjust its schedule based on what we have to get done in our life? You're like, come on, couldn't you have waited one more day? But I hope that you can be there at the next one. Okay, amazing. Pink daisies indeed do exist. Kimberly said they're called Gerbera daisies. Oh, and Ray Beth also said pink Gerber daisies. Gerber. Fun. All right, we got pink daisies. Hi, Melly. I can't remember if I said hi to you earlier, but so happy to see you today. Ashley said, I didn't get a chance to tell you when I was logged onto the Zoom yesterday, but I had just gotten back from an afternoon tea. So perfect with these designs. Oh, I love that. I love when life imitates art. And it's like when we were designing last month's Mediterranean lemon sticker collection, and Jordan was renovating her kitchen and had actually like just been installing tiles that were reminiscent to what we were designing. Like I love when stuff like that happens. Celtic Peasant, welcome in. You're glad to hear that there is a next one. I usually feel totally invisible here, but I'm still excited to see everybody. You are all wonderful. I am so excited to have you in the next one, Zoe. Um, you are such a constant presence in the live streams, and I always appreciate having you in here. And it's just so special to actually be able to get to, again, to put faces to the names and the chats that I see so often. So I am very excited that we're going to keep having these Zoom hangouts. And I can't wait to finally get a chance to, like, quote unquote, meet you during that. And I hope you're able to join the next one. Thank you, Murphy. Murphy said, I like how you made that picture of the frogs. Thank you so much, Murphy. See you after dinner, Holly. By the way, today's live stream is going to be a little bit shorter than my usual Sunday streams. I think I'm going to go for maybe like 2.5 hours. So probably like another hour and a half or so, something like that. Um, so that I can get back to packing orders from my Halloween sale last weekend, which, in case anybody is wondering, I updated in the Zoom yesterday, but packing those orders is going very well. I should have all of them shipped by tomorrow. So if you placed an order during my Halloween sale last weekend, your stickers will be shipped out and on their way very, very soon. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that reference for now. Let's give these some yellow centers. Actually, I'm going to do that last because first thing I want to do is put some shading on these. So I'm going to do a, darker pink over here. Gina said, I'd like to add to my order. Can I do it now? Yeah. So, when did you, hang on. Let me see here. I'm going to look up your order so I can give you the best course of action. Okay, from the Halloween sale. I see. What would you like to add? Is it just like one or is it just like one thing or two things, or is it like you wanna add a whole 'nother order? Let me know, and then I'll let you know how you can I can add some stuff to that order for you. All right, I'm gonna shade my white flowers with this like purpley. You need 5 number sheets. Okay, Gina, if you wanna go ahead and place an order for those right now, go ahead and place that order and then let me know when it's placed. I'll probably see it come up on my phone. And then once it's placed, I'll put those in with your Halloween order. And I'm going to try if anybody has multiple orders in, I'm gonna try to ship as many together as I can. Sometimes I miss it, like, sometimes I don't notice if there's another order in from the same person, but I'm packing most of my open orders at the same time, so I should be able to relatively easily pack them together, um, for most of them, at least. Not everybody, I'll probably miss some, but for most people, especially if you place your orders close together, like within a couple days of each other, most of them should probably ship together. Hello, Maritza. Welcome in. You're having a lot of pain today, so you'll be listening while you rest. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Maritza, but happy you have this stream to keep you company while resting. And um, thanks for popping into the chat so we know you're there. And I hope that some rest does some good for you today. Oh, you guys, I'm just remembering I totally was drinking a yerba mate earlier that I 100% forgot about. And that makes me very excited because it means I still get some yerba. All right, let me go look for that real quick. Yes, best day ever. I still have like half a yerba mate here. All right, cheers, everybody. Clink. Dana asked, what is your current turnaround time on orders? Currently, my turnaround time on orders is typically anywhere from 5 to 9 days. I have my shipping time set to 1 week. Typically, orders that are being placed on the weekends, because those are my like, the weekends are when I do my new releases and everything like that. So, weekend orders typically take the longest to ship. Weekend orders have pretty consistently been shipping out the following, like, Monday or Tuesday. So, again, around 9 days. And then orders placed before the weekends or like in the middle of the week are typically shipping out the quickest. So those are usually shipping out anywhere from 5 to 7 days. So a week is what it says on my website, and it's been kind of like a week plus or minus a few days. TJ said, I loved the Zoom. I just watched and listened for the first time. Oh, I'm so happy you were there, TJ, and I'm so happy you loved it. It was, again, I can't stop gushing about it because it was just such a wonderful time. I really am just so excited for all the next ones. All right, let's now put some yellow in the centers of these. I'm going to start with this darker yellow, and then I'm going to put the lighter yellow in afterwards. Raybeth asked, would older collections like the Firefly one ever be available as downloads on Patreon? So I don't think on Patreon is the Firefly collection one that just doesn't have a digital version whatsoever. I'm gonna look it up to double check because I started posting the digitals to Patreon after I started making digitals in general. Okay, so it does exist on the website, but not on Patreon, I'm assuming. Because I can never remember exactly when I started posting the digitals consistently to Patreon. Um, Firefly. Way back in 2019. So yeah, there's no digital on Patreon. I don't think I really have plans on putting any older kits onto Patreon. That being said, I do have a lot of kits that don't have digital files like even in the shop because it's before I started releasing digital stickers. I do at some point want to digitize all my older sheets and collections so everything has digitals associated with it. But yeah, I can't say that I really have plans on retroactively putting those downloads onto Patreon. So for all of the older kits that are digital, if you do want those, I would suggest just purchasing from the shop. I know it's annoying to have to do a separate purchase, especially because like we're so used to having everything on Patreon. But I think for any of the older ones, I most likely won't. That being said, I actually have done this once when I do a redesign or a recolor. So, if you guys remember when I did the New Year's kit at the begin or at the end of last year, I posted the digital downloads for it. And then I also posted the digital downloads for the original celebration collection, which is the one that we redesigned to be the New Year's collection. So now that I say that, there is a chance because if I were to do like a redesign or a recolor of the Firefly kit, which people have suggested, so there is a chance that will happen in the future. That's a case where I would post both collections digitally to Patreon. So I guess the answer is not no. The answer is like maybe yes. Yes, I might post the digitals of the Firefly collection to Patreon if we end up doing a recolor or a redesign. All right, Gina said it's done. All right, you placed an order for, oh, I do not disturb on. So that's why I didn't get a notification. Actually, let me turn that off so I can make sure I'm seeing if Jake's texting me or anything. And let me turn the volume off on my computer. Okay, so Gina, you placed your order. Let me go check it out. All right, I see it. So, really quick, I'm going to run into my office and I'm going to make a note on your current order, Gina, so I make sure that those um, circles get added. Awesome. I see you got the full set of number circles. Love to see it. All right, let me go add that note to your order really quick and I will be right back. Let me see. What's your previous order number? It is 13264. All right, I'll be right back, you guys. Actually, this is perfect because I don't have that order form printed yet. So I can just go ahead and add it to the order form online. So when I print it out later today, it will just be on there. Um, Include full set of small number circles. All right. And what I'm going to do, Gina, is I'm just going to add it to your other order, and then I'm gonna mark that single order you just made as shipped. I'm not gonna send you a shipping notification because obviously it's not actually shipped, but I'm just gonna do that so that it's not in my queue anymore, and instead, I'm adding that listing to your other order. So, in case you get confused at all, I'm gonna add the small number circles to your previous order, and I'm just gonna mark that other one as shipped. So you won't see that order pop up as a separate shipping notification, but I will include those stickers in your previous order. All right, so that is added to that order. Let me double check that it's there. Yes. And now I'm going to go to your other order and I'm going to go ahead and mark it as shipped, fulfill item. And I'm not going to send you a notification, but it's going to show up as shipped. Okay. Beautiful. Glad I could get that worked out for you, Gina. Marisa, I agree we need an owl recolor. I totally agree. I am all for that campaign. Hey, Fatima, welcome in. So happy to see you as always. Is always such a pleasure to hang out with you. So, welcome in. All right. Hey, got our little daisies happening down there. Those are looking very cute. All right. Let's see. I am really liking those. I'm trying to think if I want to put any other types of flowers down here or if I just want to put more daisies. Exactly, Ray Beth, like a snow owl recolor. I was thinking the exact same thing. I feel like it'd be really fun to create one with like snowy, like white owls on top of dark backgrounds. Almost something that could be used for like Halloween time or winter time, like a wintry fall owl theme with some dark, dark backgrounds and bright white owls. I can picture it. It would just be gorgeous. Natasha said, I forgot to ask you yesterday, but have you seen the response to the message you sent me on Patreon? Let me see if I've seen it. Let me go see if I've seen it. It's a funny thing to say. If I didn't respond, then probably not, but I'm just going to make sure it's in my inbox. Oh, yes. Okay, here we go. Okay, Natasha, I actually did see your message. I remember seeing it pop up in my email. Basically, I double sent you some stickers. It's totally okay. I still ended up shipping those out. Feel free to keep them. Just an extra little present from me because I made a little mistake and sent you some stickers twice. So don't even worry about it. You just go ahead and keep those when they arrive. And I believe I'm understanding that right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the deal, right? I basically double sent you some stuff. Kimberly said you also got double. I guess I'm just being extra generous this month. No, sometimes there's a little overlap in the dates when I'm sending out new Patreon rewards where sometimes if you're in that threshold, I might accidentally double send some stickers. I've definitely at some point send people double the amount of orders as well. Um, it happens. It happens sometimes, but honestly, I'm never upset about accidentally sending people extra things because I just think about like if I were to suddenly receive something a second time, especially with stickers, it's like you can never have too many. So, honestly, I think it's, like, kinda cute. When I hear that happen, I'm like, "Good for you." Like, I'm glad that your fortune, you know, today was that you got double the stickers. Like, I'm happy to make your day. Crystal said, "I forgot to switch Patreon levels, and then I used most of my lemon stickers as soon as I got them." Kimberly said, "I gifted my extras to my bestie and she's in love with them." Oh man, see, it's like those beautiful things. If I accidentally send you your stickers twice, it just means that you get to give stickers to somebody you love and maybe get them into bullet journaling. So it's a win win all the way around, all the way across the board. Courtney asked if I announced the giveaway winner yet. No, because I suck. No, just kidding. I don't suck, but I am forgetful. I have not announced the giveaway winner yet, but it's on my list and it will be announced by tomorrow at the latest. If I don't announce it after the live stream today because I get distracted by dinner, it will happen tomorrow. So, um, stay tuned on my Instagram for the announcement of the winner. And very sorry to everybody for being a forgetful ding dong, especially with announcing giveaway winners. I just am so consistent about announcing winners late. Wait, what do daisy leaves look like? Let's see here. Oh, Mallory said, "Ich liebe diesen Kanal so sehr, wer es so viel Spaß macht." Forgive my pronunciation, but essentially, I think what that means, I see you translated, "I love this channel so much," and let's see, "Weil so viel Spaß macht." Ugh, I'm, like, so close to being able to translate that. I understand, like, certain words, but altogether, I can't translate it. What does the second sentence mean? Gina said, "If you do a Black Friday sale again this year, I'll stock up for the year. I will be doing a Black Friday sale. Absolutely." And Emily said, "Speaking of recolor, it'd be fun to have the jars in the Firefly kit come in different colors, like purple, teal, and pink." Oh, I love that. And Mallory said, "The second part of your German sentence is because it's so fun." Oh, yes. Thank you for the translation. I'm trying to get better at my German, brushing up on it. And my German speaking patrons and viewers, you guys help me out a lot in brushing up on my German. And Marisa said, "Do I have any kits with a sunset color scheme, except the Desert Friends, but something with red, orange, and yellow?" You know, I was gonna say the Desert Friends, because that's the only one I can think of at the top of my head with a sunset color scheme like that. I do have the sunflower kit. It's not sunset, but it is red, yellow, orange. But yeah, so I'm trying to think if there's any others. But I don't think so. I think it means we need some more, sunset color schemes in our sticker collections. TJ asked, "Should I be worried if I haven't gotten my lemon stickers yet?" Do you know, TJ, were you a patron at the beginning of the month and they shipped in the first shipment, or did you get a message from me last week or earlier this week, sorry, saying that they shipped? As far as you know, were you in that first shipment? 'Cause if you were in the first shipment, which I think shipped out maybe around the 6th or something like that, I'm like, that's what, 2 weeks ago? So, it's right on that edge. You were a patron at the beginning. Okay. I'm a little bit worried. Where do you live, TJ? What state? I'm assuming you're in the US. If you're international, you can definitely give it some time. Um, but if you are in the US, let me know what state you're in. Ohio. Let's see, how far away is Ohio? You look at a map. Okay, you're not that far underneath Michigan. Shoot me an email or a message, TJ. Or maybe, you know what? Give it a couple days because maybe at the start of this week it'll show up. Give it till like Tuesday. Give it till Tuesday. And if it doesn't arrive by mail drop on Tuesday, shoot me an email or a message. You can just go through the contact form on my website and let me know, and I'll get some replacements sent out to you. Melly said, Ich mache es sehr, wenn du Deutsch sprichst, which is like, I think it's like, I love when you speak German. I know, I try to not let the embarrassment of, like, mispronouncing things get in the way of practicing, because I think that's something that can really hold people back when they're trying to learn a new language. It's just that, like, fear of sounding like an idiot, you know? But we can't let fear hold us back from learning the things we wanna learn. What's the fun in that? Gina said, "I've always wanted to learn French." I know so many people are on their Duolingo game, like, so many people use Duolingo and are learning new languages. I think it's so fun. And I always really admire people in other countries where English is not the native language, but your schools really focus on like teaching you English, or people that just learn English on their own accord. It's very inspiring to all of us. I feel like English speaking Americans who are rather privileged in having a language that so many other countries teach, and like, you know, so many people learn English because it's such a like prominent language in our society. But so as English speaking Americans, I don't think we are I don't think we hold a lot of cultural value in like learning other languages because it's like, well, we already have the superior language. That's not what I believe, but I think that that's something that a lot of Americans can, kind of get caught up in, of being like, why should I learn another language when everyone can just learn how to speak English? But so I always really admire how people from other countries are so multilingual. Um, and here in the US, it's like most people I think do take some sort of language class in school, but it's just it's like a class for the class's sake. It's not really so much actually trying to get people to learn a language long term. Most people, I think, who have taken, for example, French or Spanish or some other language in, you know, elementary, middle, or high school tend to just kind of forget it. I am grateful that I retained a lot of my Spanish that I learned in school. For me, it did actually kind of stick, which I'm grateful for, but I don't think that's the experience most people have. So, yeah, I just always really admire people from other countries who know not just one or two languages, but oftentimes even more languages than that. I have cousins who are Austrian and speak like perfect English. And they said it's partially because they learned it in school, but it's also because they watch so many shows and movies that are American that they learned English a lot of the times through that. But I really admire how good their English is. It's very inspiring. Marisa said, I really want to learn Korean because I want to watch K dramas without the subtitles. Yeah, and my cousins have said it's the watching shows and movies and the transition of you start off with subtitles, and then eventually it's like your brain pieces together the connection of the subtitles and what you're hearing, and eventually it's like you're just learning through hearing people talk and then seeing the subtitles. And I think then they said that they also then transitioned from subtitles in their own language to subtitles in the language that's being spoken in the show. So in their case, they would then go to English subtitles, and that would also then help them to really start to piece together the full English picture. But I just always thought that was so amazing that they just I'm like, "How are you so good at English?" They're like, we just picked it up. Just picked it up from watching all of your shows and movies that you guys have over here." And I'm like, "That's so freaking cool." Lisa wants to learn Hebrew. I see we got quite a few people who wanna learn ASL, which is really, really cool, American Sign Language. Marisa said, "I learned English from movies and series as well. First German with English subtitles, then English with German subtitles, English with English subtitles, and then watching stuff I knew in English and watching English new stuff." Fascinating, Marisa. Seriously fascinating because, like, your English is so good. It's awesome how you can more casually learn a new language through media. I feel like it makes it way more fun too. It's like a lot more gratifying than standard language classes. So I've definitely thought about that where I'm like, I should listen to more movies and shows that are in German. I know there's some really good ones too. So that would be a really great way for me to brush up on my German more as well. Melly said that understanding a foreign language is sometimes not that difficult, but writing is terribly difficult. For real. I cannot, like, write in German to save my life. I mean, like, very few phrases and words. But yeah, listening and understanding is the easiest. Speaking is in the middle, and reading and writing is the hardest, I think. Reading, not as hard, but writing, ooh, that is tough. That is tough. Al Alice said, "Does anybody know bad words in German?" I do. I feel like if you're learning a new language, that's, like, one of the first things you have to learn. You gotta learn some bad words. I definitely like Scheisse was very early on something that, I learned. I think I remember, like, my dad is American, but I think I remember he would say Scheisse, sometimes kinda jokingly. Um, so that's like I think that's the earliest German, quote unquote bad word, which is, just shit. Scheisse. Maritza said, "I am learning the lost language of Latin." That is so fun. I love that. I took one Latin class in college and I actually did really like it. My brain is pretty good at learning languages because I'm pretty good at memorizing things. So I'm really able to retain like vocab and stuff like that. But Latin is just such an interesting language to learn because you see, how it's so connected to all the other languages, and obviously not all other languages, but, um oh, I hear Jake just got home. Let me close my office door. Hey, baby. I'll close this door. I'm still live streaming. But yeah, I think I was just saying that I took Latin and it was very cool just seeing it helps you understand English more, learning Latin. And I think English is one of those languages that's has both Latin and Greek influences and origins because English is a very like, I don't know, kind of like hybrid language. It's a language with few rules. That's why I hear that English is one of the hardest languages to learn because it's so all over the place. No consistency, no consistency. That was something I really loved about learning Spanish is how you always could know how to pronounce something because things were all are for the most part like always pronounced the same way, like different letters or letter combinations. There's like hard and fast rules to how things are pronounced and as an English speaker, I thought that was just fascinating because obviously in English, that is just so not the case. And I apologize on behalf of all of the English speakers to anybody who has to learn English. And you're like, why is nothing pronounced how it should be? It bothers us too. Mallory asked, "Can you add some kind of bug?" So I want to add dragonflies to this later on as kind of like a finishing detail. And I think dragonflies would also then be a very cute little motif, like a little baby mini sticker for some space filler. So, yes, I do plan on adding some dragonflies towards the end of the design process. And that was a part of the original frog theme suggestion was actually frogs and dragonflies. So it only feels right that we still got to showcase the dragonflies in here. Whoa, I need to scroll up to hear the story about Peyton's Oma, which is grandma. I call my grandma Oma too. Peyton said, "My Oma escaped from Germany during World War II, and she would always talk to us in German in the middle of English sentences." And then farther down here, I see Peyton says, "She was right in the middle of everything, and she was a teacher. And the Nazis basically threatened her to say, 'You have to teach our values, or they'll send you to a camp.'" Oh my God. So all you know is that you admire anyone who learns English. Oh, wait, hang on. That's Karen. I'm waiting to see if there's so her stories are super crazy. Wow, Peyton. That your Oma sounds like an incredible lady. That's crazy. Um, Good for her for sticking to her beliefs in such a crazy situation. She's still alive and she's 97 and still active. That is so incredible to hear, Peyton. Wow. What an amazing lady to have in your family and to be able to hear stories from and look up to. I'm sure you're able to learn so much from her, getting to hear everything she's experienced. That is very, very cool. All right, very cute. I think maybe I want to put some foxtails in the like behind these flowers to finish off this header. So I kind of imagine them kind of popping up in some of this empty space here. And again, like pushed back, so behind everything. So I'm going to create a new layer that is behind everything. And let me see if I'm actually going to like this. I'm basically going to start by drawing in the little cattail hot dogs. That's what they look like. Something like that. And then maybe another one over here. Then maybe one over here. And maybe another one over here. Corny dog alert. Ashley. I know, they're the corn dogs of the plant world. Corn dogs in the wild. Tasha said, "How can you talk and paint at the same time? This looks amazing." Thank you so much, Tasha. Tasha also said, "I definitely either forget about the chat or the drawing." I do feel like I do that. Like I am able, just through practice, I'm able to multitask pretty well, but I definitely make much slower progress because I love chatting with you guys. And you'll see parts of the streams where I'll just not be touching this for like 20 minutes if I go on too much of a uh, tangent conversation. But in general, I try to, again, I think it's just a practice thing from live streaming for so many years. I definitely try to catch myself if I stop working on the stickers for too long and try to get back into it. Um, but also, sometimes when I'm really focused in on a sticker I'm designing, I will go quiet, and oftentimes I'll even, like, warn people and be like, "All right, I'm really gonna focus in on this header right now, so you guys might not hear me talk for a little bit." And sometimes I end up kinda startling people because 'cause I'll be quiet for a long time, and then suddenly I'll come out of my daze and I'll say something, and it's like a very, uh, harsh contrast to the silence. So, I know, especially Holly, I feel like I startle Holly quite a bit when I'm not saying anything for a long time, and then all of a sudden I start talking again. But it's definitely a practice thing. I've have a lot of practice because I live stream. How many hours do you think I live stream every month? Let's do a little bit of math. So I've been doing like 3 public live streams a month or so. I would say on average those are like 5 hours long, and then I do 7 Patreon live streams a month, and on average those are probably about 2 to 3 hours long. So let's say 2.5 hours times 7 plus, let's say, like 16 hours from the 3 public streams. So it's over 30 hours of live streaming a month. And sometimes we go crazy with the live streams, and sometimes they end up being even longer than that. So 33 hours of live streaming a month. Let's say there's 12 months in a year. So that's almost 400 hours a year. And I've been live streaming consistently for 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Let's see. I started my Patreon in 2018. So 2018 to 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So I just hit my 6-year Patreon anniversary. I didn't live stream quite as much in the beginning, so let's say 5 years of consistent streams. That 2,000 hours of live streaming. So that's the practice I've had at this, and that helps a lot with things like multitasking, getting used to reading the chat while talking, while creating art. It's definitely something that practice has really helped. And it makes sense when I add it up, I've done a lot of live streaming. Courtney said, "My hubby streams every day on Twitch and he logs in about 700 hours a year." I'm assuming that's what you mean, 700 hours in a year? Wow. Courtney, what does your husband do? Like, that's very cool that he streams every day on Twitch. Is he a streamer? Is that like his job? And what does he stream? I'm very fascinated knowing that. He streams Rock Band. Oh my god. That is iconic. Like the game, like he plays Rock Band on stream. Oh my goodness. I freaking love that. That's some icon behavior right there. He's just starting out, hardly any followers, but he does it for fun. Oh my goodness, Courtney. That is so man, I love that. That is so sweet. And he does it every day. Wow. Your husband really likes Rock Band, huh? It's like is that like his favorite thing in the world? He just plays guitar and you sometimes join. Oh man. And he sings for fun. Oh my god. Oh, and you sing for fun. So you're in the streams too, singing for fun? Oh my goodness. Well, that's freaking I love knowing that. That's such a wholesome piece of knowledge to know about you, Courtney. I love that. All right, let's put our corn dogs on their sticks here. Ashley says, "I play Sims 4, hence the profile picture." It's so funny. I can only ever see your guys' pictures so tiny. I'm actually gonna go to your oh my god, Ashley, that's so funny. This whole time, I definitely thought that was a picture of you because when it's so small, I can't tell at all it's a Sims character. It just looks like a selfie. So that's hilarious now that I'm going to your profile and can see it big. It's so funny that this whole time I just it from afar, it just looks like a selfie. I love that. Yeah, and, streaming's like anything else. It's like being on camera in general. It's awkward and weird at first. The more you do it, though, the more comfortable you get at it, you know? I mean, it's like with anything. You suck at first, and then you gradually suck less and less, you know? I know I've had a whole journey with talking on camera and with the live streams and with the videos as well. Like I've been pretty consistent these days about having the face cam in a lot of my videos and the more I do it, the easier it gets, you know. You just get a little bit more natural every time. Every time you get on camera, you get over the thing where hearing your voice is like the worst thing ever and so cringy and just little by little, it gets a little easier. And now these days, like these streams especially, it's like so second nature to me now, you know? It really is something that I feel like I'm almost able to do without even thinking about it. It's like everything about it is almost it's like almost like muscle memory, you know? All the little things like, keeping up with the chat and the different things I say at the beginning of my streams are like a almost like a script in my head now. It's like I really can do it almost like with my brain turned off. It's really nice, you know? It's nice having it be so natural at this point. And I remember like my first streams, every single time I would be so nervous, and I would have like a shaky voice at the beginning. And you just gradually, day by day, week by week, year by year, it starts to get easier and easier. Fatima asked, "How did the Zoom call go? I missed it." Oh, Fatima, it was so amazing. I really hope that you're able to come to the next one. I'm going to be doing it every single month from now on for all patrons, including free patrons. So when I post my next month's live stream schedule, I'll include it on the schedule. It'll be on a Saturday later in July. So, like the second to last or the last Saturday of July. Um, so, I really hope you get a chance to be there, Fatima. And if not next month, then one of the following months after that. Because I would love the chance to get to more formally meet you, Fatima. And Marisa said, "Everyone was so respectful of everyone else and kind." That is so true. I wasn't sure if I would have more of an issue with, and not in like the I know it wouldn't be in like any sort of like malicious way, but I just wasn't sure if I was gonna come across like needing to make space for everybody to have time to talk. If there would be anybody who would be more front and center in the conversation and maybe out talking other people who, you know, it's very nerve-wracking to put yourself front and center when in a big like Zoom conference call. And uh I know that there's different personality types, and some people will never interrupt a conversation to get their voice heard and will wait and wait and wait and maybe never be heard, never get a chance to speak. And then there's other people who can speak so easily that, and I fall into this category more. And it's something that over the years um, I really need to, or I've made an active effort to make sure I'm leaving room for people who it's harder for them to inject their voice into a conversation. So for people like me who could more so like we could, kind of yap all day long, it's important to like leave pauses in a conversation, leave space for people to speak up who would never just inject themselves, are not the type of people to put their voice above others and be like, "Hey, listen to me right now. I have something to say." Um, and I was so pleasantly surprised by the Zoom call that I don't feel like that was really a thing, Feel like it was so respectful, and I feel like people were aware of the time they were taking to speak and leaving room then for other people to have their voices heard. And that's something that I think I want to make even more of a point in the next live stream to like really have times where I ask, like, if there's anybody who would like to speak who won't put themselves in that position, but maybe needs somebody to really put it out there, like, "Hey, is there anybody who feels nervous about coming up to speak that wants this opportunity right now that I'm giving?" Anybody, like, let me know. Um, but yeah, so I there's just so many different ways people communicate, and as, like, a very kind of, like, extroverted, find it easy to talk to people, I've made a big effort in the last, like, 3, 4 years to just make sure I'm leaving room for people to talk, taking a back seat sometimes in conversation and allowing there to be empty spaces of silence. Because for a lot of people, that's when they're waiting. They're waiting for that moment of silence to come in. And in some conversations, the moment of silence never happens. Peyton said, "My favorite was everyone showing their pets at the end." I know, that was so sweet. Oh, Alice said, "Wanna be friends, anybody?" Alice, these live streams, people make such good friends in these live streams and in the Patreon community especially. If you do join Patreon for free, I think in the welcome message you get, there's a link to the Facebook group. The Facebook group, I think, is a great place to go to connect with more people. You can just post things in that Facebook group, like, people have found pen pals, people connect in there. Um, but yeah, so it's really awesome how people are able to find friends in this group. So if you're looking for friends, I feel like you're in a good place. Kimberly said, like I said in the Zoom, I have anxiety talking to people because of my trach and half paralyzed tongue. So it's difficult for others to understand me. Many times people don't have the patience or they're not willing to be patient with me. Oh, Kimberly, I'm so grateful that you had a chance to speak in the Zoom call yesterday, and that was something I actually reflected about what when you said that, I was kind of reflecting on that with Jake, just where, you know, anybody who has a harder time communicating or being understood, whether it's a speech impediment or an accent or a language barrier or physical medical trauma that makes it harder to speak or how it's uh it's so often that you then get written off as not having anything to say. Or like you said, people don't have the patience to put in the time to understand you. And I was very grateful to see that people like you, Kimberly, people like Holly, who also has a trach and, um, sometimes can have a hard time having people understand you. I am so grateful that you guys had the chance to speak in the stream yesterday, and I think somebody else said it above, we were just so able to understand and hear you guys, and I was so grateful for that. I'm so grateful that your voices were heard, um, because we live in a world where, people like you with voices that are a little bit different just get written off again as not having anything to say. And it is so not the case. And I just wish more people gave you guys that opportunity to speak and to be heard and given the patience of maybe you need to repeat yourself. Maybe you need a little bit more time to get your words out. But man, is it worth it? People miss out. Same with the language barriers. Fatima said, for you, it's the language barrier. You're not an English native speaker, and you have an accent, an Asian accent, and yeah, like people with accents, people who don't have perfect English. All these things make it so that some people will just not care to hear what you have to say. And I'm very grateful to be in a community and a group with you guys where we all care about each other so much that we are so willing and able to have the patience and you know, the love and the care to want to hear all of your voices and hear what you have to say. So just know that if you are wanting to join in on these Zoom hangouts in the coming months and you're nervous or worried about whether it's that you have an accent or you don't like your voice or you have a disability or some sort of like physical or mental impairment that makes you harder to understand for people, please know that you are open or that you are welcome in this space, and we will make the time and have the patience and have the love to hear what you have to say. I promise. We have such a kind group of people, and it makes me so happy to know that people like Holly and like Kimberly feel safe to take that courageous do that courageous act of putting your voice front and center so that we can hear what you guys have to say. Because I imagine that life can wear away at you and people might just stop trying. If you are so often misunderstood and so often not heard, some people just stop trying to be heard and stop trying to talk and stop trying to put their voice out there. And I just want you guys to know that that will never be the case in this space. We'll always create room for you guys to be heard. And, that's something I also realized just from the fact that we all communicate via chat so much. It In some ways there are extra barriers in the chat. I know especially for people who have a hard time writing in English, for example. But I think in general, the chat takes away a lot of these barriers that stop us from connecting in real life. When you guys are chatting, we cannot hear your accent. We cannot hear your speech impediment. We can't hear, if your voice has a harder time being heard. Um, we're all, I think, a lot more equal in the chat. And the same with like physical disabilities, the chat puts us in this much more even field where you all are just a little profile picture and written word. And it's something that I think has really lent to like the beauty of this community we have is we're all chatting without these barriers that might have stopped us if we were to meet in person, let's say. And coming together and then seeing everybody yesterday, it uh it just really showed me how like, oh, like these things just don't matter in that way to us cuz uh we were able to meet each other in this space where it's like those pieces didn't even come into play. It wasn't even a barrier we had to move past. So then when we actually do see each other and talk, it's like we're able to already skip past those barriers and we know that we all care about each other and we all want to be understood. And it's just so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. Lacey's was there, but too shy to talk. Ray Beth also relates to being somebody who never interjects your voice or never wants to interrupt. So you stop trying to be heard. And I know so many people relate to that. Emily said the same thing. And I really hope and I'm gonna definitely gonna in future Zooms, I'm gonna really actively make space for you guys. I'm gonna make space for my quiet folks, my people who have been silent so often in their lives that they just don't even bother trying to speak up. I wanna make space for you because I wanna hear from all of you guys, 'cause I get those barriers. I understand so much why that happens and why we just stop trying to be heard. And I think it's so amazing that we have a group here that where we can again kind of set those things aside and really hear each other and it's a beautiful beautiful thing. So I've gone off on a little on my soapbox, but, Kimberly, yours and Holly's comments just about being able to be heard when you so often are not, it really moved me and it really touched me, and again, I was updating Jake about it and just, like I just kept telling him, I was like, "Ah, it was so amazing, like, my patrons are so amazing. You're such an incredible group of people." From every walk of life that have been through so much, and we all have so much to learn from each other. Um, and I'm just so grateful we all found each other, It's really amazing. Amelia said, that I believe, Kayla, you've done a great job of cultivating a safe space for all types of people to come together and share and respect one another. It's your energy and words that attract these people. Oh, and I so appreciate that, Amelia. It's something, I definitely try. Um, and it's like the proof is in the pudding. I think you're right that whatever it is about this space, it's like, it's me, it's the things we do, and it's you guys. We've attracted and continue to attract so many incredible people. We really are so lucky in this community. It's like there's not a bad egg amongst you guys. And it's such a breath of fresh air in a world that can sometimes just be really freaking annoying, you know? So I'm very grateful for that. Alice said, "I had 3 open surgeries and 4 knee surgeries, so you can't really walk." Oh my goodness, Alice. I know, Alice, that we got a lot of empathy for that in this group. We got a very wide experience or wide group of people with lots of different experiences with different, medical histories and medical traumas and surgeries and illness, and, um this is a really great space to be in, you know, if you've dealt with anything like that. So we really have so many people that understand that in so many different ways. So I'm very happy that you're here, Alice. I think that this is uh, a great group, a great group. Holly said, "It made me feel very safe knowing that people will take the time to listen to me, as throughout my life, with doctor appointments and friends who don't want to listen to my issues or problems, in the Zoom chat, it just made me feel confident to chat with you all, as I know you guys have given that option to me. And I find it hard to talk at the first time, like introducing. But when you guys started the conversation and enabled me to join in and try to talk within the flow of the same conversation, and I'm just appreciative of you all. I'm so happy that you got to open up, Holly, and talk, and you specifically really moved all of us with your words, and it's the thing that, like, anybody who doesn't take the time to listen to you guys, they're missing out. They're missing out on some really beautiful thoughts and words that you all have to share, and Holly, it was such an honor and a joy to hear you talk yesterday. It really was. Holly also said, "In my first secondary school, I was bullied and no one in my classes talked to me. And I found it really isolating. And doing journaling has really helped me to open up and just thank you guys for being here." Thank you for being here, Holly. Again, I can't say enough. Like, I think we all have a special love for you, Holly. I said in in the Zoom, there's something about you that we all really gravitate towards. And the gratitude is very mutual in this space. Fatima said, "It was quitting work for me in 2019. I used to work at the airport and I never even thought about your accent or your voice, but now you've become so shy." Fatima, I definitely understand that. There's something about like isolation that can really change the way that you see yourself and the way that you present yourself. And um, I hope that, you get a chance to open up more again, Fatima, because I know firsthand what a beautiful, incredible person you are. And again, anybody who doesn't get the chance to hear you speak is just missing out. So I'm really excited, Fatima, for the chance to get to hear you speak and to see your face and maybe a future Patreon Zoom. And again, just know that we all love you and are there for to hear your voice, no matter what your accent is, no matter how you speak. We want to hear you. I'm just scrolling through this chat because we got so many good things happening. Raybeth also said, "The last time I stood up for myself, I got assaulted and I ended up with PTSD." Oh my goodness, Raybeth. I am so sorry to hear that. I am so, so sorry to hear that. It's like such real things like that that stop us from wanting to speak out and be heard. And man, you just nobody deserves that. You did not deserve that. And I hope that with time, you're able to heal and put your voice out there because, again, the world is missing out if they don't get to hear it. Alice said, I meant I had to relearn to walk. Ugh, I can't imagine having all those knee surgeries, Alice, and having to relearn to walk. You sounds like you've been through a lot. Amelia said, I love accents. They're part of our story and where we come from and who we are as unique as the individual. So true, Amelia. I also love accents and I love how there are so many different voices and so many different accents in this group. Um, it's so much fun. I love it. Everybody has such a unique voice. And shame on anybody who ever has made anyone feel insecure about their voice or about their accent, the way they speak, the way that their voice comes out. Shame on anybody who's made you guys feel bad or insecure about it. Because all of our unique voices are so beautiful. It's like it's like the finer things in life, getting to hear everybody's unique voice. And I feel bad for anybody who doesn't have the pleasure of admiring everybody's unique voice and anybody who doesn't see the value in that. Gabriella said, I had a customer ask me where I was from because they loved my accent. And I embarrassed him when I said that I'm from California, but my accent is because I'm deaf. Oh my goodness, Gabriella. I'm sure that I can only imagine like that's a whole nother thing being deaf and um navigating the world as a deaf person. I just imagine that you have probably heard it all, Gabriella. And I know I've heard a lot of stories of people who are deaf who similarly just stop trying to speak at all because of uh, the ways that people can treat you and react. And again, there's this awful assumption people can have that if somebody is harder to understand, that it means that they're not worth understanding. And yeah, I know in America, there are definitely people, lots of people who believe that if you have an accent, that you are dumb. If you have a hard time speaking, you're dumb and you are inferior and not worth being heard. That is seriously, I know, something that um, a lot of people deal with, and that's a way that people think. And again, I see like somebody said here, when someone has an accent, especially if English isn't their first language, you think, well, like how many languages can you speak that makes you so superior to them? Exactly, Karen. Exactly. It's like if somebody is speaking in your language with an accent, that means that they freaking learned another language. Come on now. But yeah, I could go on and on about this, but I'm just very grateful for you guys and this safe space we've built for everybody who has had these experiences in their lives that make them feel like their voice isn't worth hearing. And I hope that this can be continue to be like a healing space for you guys to have a place where your voice is heard and where there are people who want to hear it. Um yeah. Oh, I love this connection happening between TJ, aka Tammy, and Alice. And again, I know lots of people can relate here in the chat to feeling isolated and lonely. And I think that's one beautiful part of the internet is being able to connect with people that you never would have had the chance to otherwise, you know? And I love people being able to find connections here so that they can feel a little bit less lonely. Especially people for all sorts of reasons where it's harder and less accessible for you to, get out of the house. I know we have a lot of people that for all sorts of different reasons, again, just feel very physically isolated. So, um, yeah, and just it's just a beautiful little space here. Ray Beth said, I get the accent makes me sound dumb thing a lot because living in the mountains, you get called a hillbilly or a redneck. Just awful, Ray Beth. Nobody deserves to be judged based on their accent or their voice. It's just something I'm grateful we don't have to deal with here in this space. Melly said, when someone makes an effort to speak my language, I feel good and noticed, no matter the accent. Holly said, when I first joined, I was apologetic all the time. It's because somebody banned me for talking about what they were working on and asking questions. And then they didn't want me on the live stream because I was repetitive with different questions, so they banned me. And that's why I apologize for talking. I'm so sorry that that person didn't show you any patience, Holly, and assume that because you repeat questions and repeat your messages, um, that you didn't deserve to be there. That's sucks and so mean and so not understanding. And I'm just glad that everybody here is so kind to you, Holly. I'm so happy everyone here is so kind to everybody. And I just love that. I love that like I never have to like get rid of people, I never have to like I never feel like there's anybody in these chats that is like an issue. Nobody's rude or unkind, and I really appreciate that about you guys. See you later, Ganilla. Thanks so much for joining. See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm not always good at drawing and talking at the same time, especially when I get very invested in a conversation like this. All of a sudden, it takes me like 2 hours to draw one frickin' piece of grass. And I'm only going to be streaming for about another half hour, so I'm going to start picking up the pace here. I think I am pretty close to being done with this background. I've been slowly but surely filling it in. Slowly but surely. Oh, Holly, I am so sorry that you had to go through that experience, but I'm so proud of you for putting yourself out there even after that happened. Still joining these live streams and putting your voice out there cuz it's such a brave thing to do. It is such a brave thing to do. Oh, Lauren. Lauren, just put your granddad's ashes in their final resting place, and you just journaled about it, and watching the stream has really helped. Oh, Lauren, I'm sending you big hugs. That's really hard. It makes so much sense why you're feeling off today, and I'm so glad you got a chance to journal about it and hopefully like process it a little more. And I'm so glad that we're here to keep you company while you do that. I'm just sending you so much love. See you later, Caddis. Thanks so much for joining on in. And I'm so sorry, by the way, if there's anybody's chats that I'm missing. I feel like I'm missing a lot because we have so much great conversation happening in the chat, and I'm also talking a lot myself. So I always like to make sure people know if I'm ever, like, not responding to you or you feel like you've repeated yourself and I'm not seeing your chat, I absolutely promise you it is never intentional. I am never, ever intentionally ignoring anybody's messages. So, I don't know if I'm doing that today, but I just want to assure anybody, you are always welcome to repeat your questions. If you had a message that you sent that didn't get acknowledged, repeat it. You are not gonna be judged here for that, and I do not find it annoying if anybody has to repeat themselves, in the chat to be heard. Just want you guys to know that. You are always welcome to repeat messages. Take from Holly's example. Holly is always so good about telling me if I missed something she said up in the chat, and it's helpful for me and just to make sure that I'm really acknowledging everybody who wants to be acknowledged. Ashley said, "Can you please send the link to the Facebook group?" Absolutely. This Facebook group is for patrons only, including free patrons. But so if anybody here is not a patron, you do need to be a patron to be accepted into this Facebook group. So you can go ahead and just join the free Patreon if you do want access. This is a private community Facebook group for patrons that is just a joy to be in. People post their spreads all the time. People ask questions about bullet journaling, unrelated to bullet journaling. People share pictures of their pets and exciting life updates. It's a lovely, lovely place. So there's the Facebook group link. I'll go ahead and accept people in during this stream as well so I don't forget. And I just basically there's some questions you have to answer when you join the group. And one of them is like, what is your name on Patreon? And then I just go into Patreon to double check that you're a patron. So there's the link if anybody is interested in joining. And I do see that I have 6 requests in here. So I'll go ahead and start accepting people. Real quick. All right, Kathy, you're in. All right, Bridget is in. Becca is in. Just got to search up everybody's names. Katya is in. Katie, you're in. Someone named Amelia didn't answer the questions, but I can't find your name in the Patreon. Maybe it's listed under something else, but if that Amelia is here, just let me know. Um, Tammy. Tammy is in. Ashley, I already know that you're a patron. And Valerie didn't answer the questions, but I do know that Valerie is a patron. Or sometimes people do answer the questions, but it kind of messes up. So I always still try to look up people's names, even if you don't answer the little entry questions. Lauren said, "It might be a bit morbid, but I have some of his ashes and some earrings, so he's with me for my wedding." Oh my goodness, Lauren, that is so sweet. Not morbid at all. I'm so happy that you can have your grandfather with you, especially for your wedding day. That is really, really beautiful. Okay, Amelia, I'm so glad that you're here. Yes, I d okay, I see your answers have come in now. Perfect. Why are you wonder why you're not popping up when I search for you on Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, I'm so sorry. Now you're showing up. Okay. You are approved. You're in. And we got one more, Nuwala. Okay, perfect. And Nuwala, you are also in. And let me double check Alicia one more time. Alicia Hill. Let's see. Do I have an Alicia Hill in here? Not anyone that is obvious. If Alicia Hill is in the chat, let me know. I can't find you on Patreon, but again, you might just not be finding you for some other reason. But just let me know if you're in here and I can accept you in. Hey Cassie, welcome in. Oh my God, Cassie, I saw your message about not being able to join the Zoom because you were just like violently ill. I'm so sorry. I feel like you've been sick for like a whole week now. Oh man. I feel so bad, Cassie. I'm so happy you're here and we can say hi to you, but ooh, I just my thoughts are going out to you. I know we missed you yesterday, Cassie, but I'm glad that you took care of yourself and didn't push yourself being so hot or hot. Why did I say hot? Being so sick. All right. Has anybody else requested into the Facebook group? I don't see any new requests, so I think we're all good to go there. If anybody joins in, let me know. Oh, you're feeling a little better today. That's good. So once you start going on the upswing, it's like at least just feeling a little bit better is such a relief. So I'm very happy to hear that. Karen said, I was really only just going to stay for 1 month, but I can't find the will to leave. That's something that I love about the free Patreon is I do love how even if you can't afford it in a certain month, that you can just then join the free tier so you never have to truly leave, you know? Because trust me, when it comes to finances, lordy, do I understand not being able to join everything you want to join every month. So I never take for granted uh, you guys choosing to invest your resources and time and money into being a part of my Patreon or buying stickers or whatever it is. And anybody who isn't able to financially participate in the things I do, I never have any hard feelings about that. Good Lord, do I understand. And yeah, I'm just very happy that we've got that free tier so that everybody can be a part of it in one way or the other. I have this little stray mark here, so I'm trying to figure out where that is. So I'm turning layers off one by one. Oh, there we go. I found it. Okay, I just copy and pasted these cattails over here because I just wanna add in a few more kind of sprinkled in the background. So, I've just copy and pasted it so I can grab some more of them, and again, just kind of, like, pop them here or there. Come on now. Alright, I feel like that is looking pretty good. I think when I come in later to put in some dragonflies, I'll probably have, like, a dragonfly flying up here, but I think that looks great. Oh, Cassie said, "I think I've actually come around to Pink Hat Frog now. She actually looks adorable. What wizardry is she wielding?" Cassie, I love this progression. Last live stream when we created this Pink Hat Frog, Cassie was very suspicious of her. She said she looks a little sus, or she's hiding some things, and I love how now you've warmed up to her and you guys have become friends. Now you actually are like, "You know what? Penelope, you're just misunderstood, and now I actually like you. I love the character development. See you later, Holly. Have a lovely shower." All right. But yeah, I love how that this whole bottom section has turned out. Very, very cute. All right. So, we're not going to go too much longer. I think just another 15, 20 minutes. Um I'm just sorry, I'm getting distracted by the chat here. Oh, Emily and Cassie, you guys are funny. Okay, so okay, this is very cute. Amelia said the last one should be a close-up of a dragonfly. So I love that idea because this last one here, I'll get started on it, even though we won't be able to get too far. But for this last little scene, I'm wanting to do a close-up of a frog, like a more close-up image of a frog sipping on some tea. I was kind of imagining the frog having like a fancy hat, but I love the idea of having a dragonfly perched on top of this frog's head or on top of the hat, and having that be a more close up look at the dragonfly motif that we're going to sprinkle through the rest of these headers at the end. So I really love that idea. I think we will put a dragonfly on top of our last frog, and they can be friends. Jake just texted me because we got to buy a lawnmower. You guys, we really live in a house now. We gotta mow our lawn is growing like oh, my iPad's not plugged in. Our lawn out front is growing like the frickin' jungle. We're not used to that after living in Portland. So, Jake has to go buy a lawnmower. He's gonna be a true domestic king mowing his lawn. TJ asked, "Is there a way to message on YouTube?" I don't think so. I don't or you know what? Actually, now that I say that, maybe there is. So if I click on like your profile, for example, TJ, and I click on go to channel and I go to your channel, no, I don't see any way to message. I don't see any way to message. Kimberly said, "Thank you for making this a safe place. Being part of this fam makes it feel like I'm escaping my isolation." I am so happy to hear that, Kimberly. It is seriously my pleasure. Oh, I hear Luna stirring in her box. All right, so in these last few minutes, I'm just going to start laying out the base colors for this next frog. And I was imagining this frog sitting kind of similar to this one, like sitting with its legs all bent and squattied. I'm just saying words that are not real right now. But yeah, so I'm going to grab my base green color that I've been using for my frogs and start to draw out this one. I think maybe I can use the symmetry tool to start this frog out because he's very like front facing. Um, so yeah, I'm going to maybe she's a she. I'm saying he, but it might be a she, might be a they frog. But yeah, so I'm going to, let's see, turn on my symmetry tool, edit drawing guide. Oh, and I even already have the symmetry tool hanging out over here. So I'm going to bring my symmetry line to the center of this header. And now I'm going to start laying in the base colors for this frog. So, oh, that is the wrong type of symmetry. I want this to be vertical symmetry, not quadrant. And have I done any front-facing frogs yet? No. So this is gonna be my first frog that is actually facing forward. So let's see what we can do here. Need some eyes. And again, this frog's also gonna be sipping on some tea. So these shapes might end up changing a little bit as I figure out that whole situation. But for now, just kind of go like this. Keep it simple. And then let's see. Yes, I there is also I see some conversation about the Discord. Oh yeah, because Courtney said we could do a huge group chat on Instagram. There is also a Discord. I'm not a Discord user, so that was set up by patrons, and I literally never go onto the Discord. I've like never used Discord, so it's not a platform that comes naturally to me. So I don't personally really go on the Discord, and I'm not sure if it's too active. I feel like the Facebook group has really been the super active place recently. But yeah, you guys are, I mean, again, always welcome to use that Discord in any way you would like. Raybeth said, Kay might have to start a chat in the Facebook group. Is that a thing? I would be so happy to. Oh, and I see Alice in Bullet Journal does have Instagram, so if anybody's trying to connect with Alice, I know. And I also see TJ saying Abby. Is that your name? Alice in Bullet Journal? If your name's Abby, and if so, I'm gonna start calling you Abby. Um, but yeah, Instagram, I think that will probably be the easiest way for you guys to connect. And I know that in Instagram too, you can like video call and stuff like that. Um, and what's nice too, YouTube chats don't let you share things like emails, I think, or uh, like other contact information. But it does let you share usernames. So you can share your Instagram usernames in the chat and add each other and all of that. All right. Ashley said, yeah, in Facebook groups, you can have a chat. So is that something that I have to start? Let me see here. Kind of interested how easy this is. Oh, it's probably in like messages, huh? Like in Messenger or something like that. Group settings, group features. Okay, I'll have to look that. Oh wait, no, I see it. Chats. It's a little tab. It's a little tab with nothing underneath. How to start a group chat in Facebook group. Start a community chat in Facebook group. Go to the group. At the top left of the group, tap create chat and then follow the prompts. Well, they sure make that sound easy. It doesn't look that easy on my screen. Let me go back to the chat here. Maybe you guys have some words of wisdom. Oh my goodness, some words of wisdom for me. Um, Cassie said, "Where's Miss Luna today?" You know, Cassie, you got to rewatch the beginning of the stream because she was fully lounged on the desk here, but now she's in a box in her closet. Turn off low power mode. Thanks, Siri. Um, Let me see. Let me see if they have pictures here. I would love to create a group chat in the Facebook group. Oh, computer help. Perfect. Go to here. On the left, create a no, I don't want to create a new group. I love how it just says click create a chat on the left as if it's there. There's no create chat. Admin tools. I see a tab that says chat, but there's no create chat. All right. I'm going to have to figure this out another time, I suppose. But I love this idea of creating a chat in the Facebook group, so I'll definitely make that happen. So we got some legs that are going to come up here, and then it's going to come back down this way. Their little feet kind of going like that. Maybe I will have this frog actually like sitting on this frame. It does. I think earlier I saw somebody say that it's kind of like the frog is taking a shit, and you're so right. It's definitely doing a little a little poo squat. But they're frogs, so it's okay because that's just how they are. It makes me think about when I would catch toads growing up, and my mom kind of showed me a thing where you can poke their little butt to get them to jump. So maybe I should give him or her some like subtle little butt cheeks back here. Mm, subtle butt cheeks. Lisa, yes, a yoga pose too. I was actually just doing this pose earlier because I was feeling very sore in my hips. So I was doing a little squat as well. Okay, Gabriella said that in order to create a community chat in the Facebook group, you got to do it on your phone. Okay. Well, let me check that out then. I got my phone here. Let's check it out. All right, all right, all right. So if I go here and then I go manage. Go into your group and click on the 3 lines at the top. Do I need the Facebook app? Because I don't use the app. I'm, like, on the internet on my phone. I probably need the app, huh? I haven't had the Facebook app for years, but I'm guessing I'm probably gonna need the app. So I'm gonna download the app here. We're gonna freaking do this. Alright, let's open it up. 'Cause I just love the idea of us having a chat that you guys can all just, like, actively chat in without having to make posts, you know? So, I feel like this is worth the effort. Okay, I now have the app. I'm gonna switch over to my Planning with Kay account. Beautiful. I'm gonna go to the group. Okay, now I see the 3 lines. Oh, but that doesn't have anything. It just says group home, events, and albums. Maybe these 3 dots. I'm like, is there just something about my account that doesn't let me make a chat? Okay, you tested it in your business page. Okay. So there's the 3 lines at the top next to my name. And when I click that, it says group home, events, and albums. Does yours have something else? I'm also gonna double check here to see if there's anybody who, um, else who has tried joining the group, so I can go accept your requests. Okay, let's see. I click on it and it says chats you can create. Are you on a page or a group? It's a group. It's a group made through my Facebook business page. But yeah, that's weird. It's like it's not showing up for me. Why aren't community chats available to all Facebook groups? It says they are not available for all groups. This feature is being gradually introduced. It may not be available to you or the group yet. Okay. Well, that seems to explain it. Or it could be that group admins don't have the community chats turned on. Okay. Well, maybe that's the issue. I could just not have it, but maybe add or remove community chat feature. Okay, I can add features. Okay, we're getting somewhere here. Go to groups, go to the add features menu on the left. Okay. Let me see here. Go back here. Go to add features. I see that. Excellent. And then come on, where's the chats? Add features. Scroll down to community chats below other features. No, it's not there. I think maybe I don't have it available to me yet. Because everything that should be here is not here. I can see everything else, but I don't see any chat. So if it's not there, I'm guessing I'm probably one of these people who it's not available for yet, which is very rude. Hopefully, they give me access to that soon because I would love to be able to have a chat in the Facebook group. I'm just going to look through this one more time, but it seems pretty straightforward. So I think the fact that I'm not seeing what you were seeing, Gabriella, and I'm not seeing this definitely seems like I just don't have access to chats yet. Womp womp. Yes, and I'm going to keep an eye on it. And as soon as it's available, I will definitely be adding it. All right. And we're also gonna have probably some flowers and grass kind of like coming in front of this frog a little bit too. So I think it'll make his squat look a little bit less like he's, about to take a dump, to put it delicately. Courtney said we could do Instagram in the meantime. The thing that I don't like the sound of doing an Instagram chat, at least for me, is the labor of adding everybody. Because with the Facebook group, obviously, it would just be like a chat for the whole group. So if one of you guys wants to create a group Instagram chat, Be my guest. But to me, and like you could even do it where if you want to post in the Facebook group asking for people's usernames to add them to a chat, that might work. But yeah, personally, I don't think I want to have to do that because it sounds a little bit difficult. And then it's like if somebody wants to be added to the chat, it's like a manual thing every time. So if somebody else wants to do that, be my guest. I personally am not going to take that on. It sounds like a little too complicated for me. I like the idea of something like the Facebook chat. Okay, you know what though? Now that I'm saying this, I have actually been seeing that Patreon in the community section has something called chats. Ooh, okay. Okay. Wait, guys, there might be a Patreon chat. Can I add free patrons? It says paid patrons only, paid members only. Okay, I'm going to send a chat right now. Okay. You guys, there is a Patreon chat. I've always seen this, but I've never actually tried to start it. So I just sent a chat in the Patreon chat. All right, Lauren's in there. She's chatting. Let me go to edit chat settings and see if I can make it so that everybody can be in this chat, including free patrons. It might just be available for paid. I also don't know what this is going to be like for you guys on the notification side. It seems like Lauren and Rebecca and Emily, you're all in the chat. Okay. Hopefully, it's not something that's annoying, but I'm also assuming that you can edit your notifications if you would like. Okay. Well, at least we got something. I think maybe it is only uh, it's not letting me add free patrons, so I'm so sorry about that. But for now, we have a new chat now on the Patreon group. Unfortunately, I can't open it up to free. So if you're a $1 or up patron, we got this chat here, and it seems like people are finding it. Hanayuki, Kimberly, Karen, Holly, Raybeth, Emily, Rebecca, Lauren are all in the Patreon chat now. Robin's testing. All right, so there we go. We got a little chat. I don't know how you guys will end up wanting to use it, but there it is. It's there for you. And um I can't promise how much I'm going to keep up with that chat. So if you like actually need to get a hold of me, do it through things like the email. Email is always the best way to get a hold of me, or Instagram DM, all that fun stuff. But for you guys, there will now be this constant chat in the Patreon group. TJ asked, "How do I join the Patreon chat?" So it looks like it's in the same category as like the messages in Patreon. If you can find that, for me, it's like the community tab with the little message icon. There's a spot for direct messages, which is where, um, I, like, message people individually, and then there's another tab that says chats. So you can actually create chats with other people. Like, it looks like I can create chats for specific tiers and stuff like that. Um Oh my god, and, like, Holly just sent a screenshot. It looks like you can send images in the chat. Alright, cool. Well, TJ, let me know if you're able to find it. Courtney said, "I'll probably join the $1 tier later in the week." And then Lauren said that on your phone, it's the second icon at the bottom after the home symbol. All right. Well, this is kind of fun. Patreon chat. So if anybody's ever bored or lonely and wants to chat to somebody, you might be able to find somebody to talk to in the Patreon chat at any time of night. All right, awesome. Well, that's fun. We're really doing some new things here these days. We did a Zoom call. Now we've got a Patreon chat. Karen also said that to get to the chat, you just need to be on the homepage on your phone instead of on my actual Patreon page. All right. Yeah, I see lots of people joining in on that. So it seems like that's working for people. Fun. All right. Well, that's fun. Even though the Facebook chat didn't work, I'm glad we could at least I'm glad we could at least find a way to create some sort of chat. Again, apologies to anybody here who is not a $1 or up patron. I would absolutely open this chat to everybody, to free patrons as well if I could, but it's not letting me. Cassie said for some reason this poopy frog is giving Dobby. You're somehow so right, Cassie. Should we name him Dobby? I also think it's funny how we're so chatty during this stream. I'm like making such slow progress on our little Dobby frog. And I think I'm going to end the stream here in a second. So we're not going to get to see him fully come to life quite yet. But so far, he's a cutie with his little squat. And I think we're going to probably call it a day here, and we'll continue working on this little Dobby frog during our next live stream, which is on Wednesday. So, Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time is our next Patreon live stream. This is going to be a $10 plus live stream. We'll start that live stream by continuing to work on our little Dobby frog. And I think in Thursday's live stream, I'm going to film my July plan with me. So if you're interested in watching me set up my July spreads live, that will be a $10 plus live stream. And then that is going to be an edited YouTube video that will be posted on Saturday. If you watch my recent video, you saw me kind of work out my schedule in that video and talk through that whole process. But I think that still sounds good. If you didn't watch my recent video, by the way, I set up this weekly spread while giving my thought process on how I set up bullet journal weekly spreads and come up with unique layouts that serve my needs. I love how this video ended up turning out. So if you haven't watched that, go ahead and watch it. I think it turned out pretty good, if I do say so myself. But yeah, so we'll continue designing frogs during Wednesday's live stream. I sort of apologize for not getting more done today, but I also don't apologize because it's just because we are having such amazing conversation. And I think that at this point, you guys don't mind when I get distracted because it usually means we're having a lovely time chatting. Um, oh, TJ said, I don't think I was a member, but I just joined. Are you talking about on Patreon or in the Facebook group? Because I'm going to also check the Facebook requests again. But let me go. Check here. Oh, on Patreon, you did 15. Oh my goodness. Welcome, TJ. Hopefully, you're able to find that chat now. That would explain that you were unable to find the chat. That would explain it. Amazing. Well, I'm so excited that you've joined Patreon. And by joining the sticker delivery tier this month, you will be receiving the Mediterranean lemon sticker collection that's going to ship out in the next week. And then this collection is for July. So if you're interested in being the first to receive this Froggy Tea Party sticker collection, then make sure you join Patreon in July. If you join at the beginning of July, you'll be a part of the first shipment that goes out in the first week. I also see Lauren asking about my merch website, which is like super informal. It's a Teespring account I made years ago that I never promote. But I do have some sweatshirts and t-shirts and some fun stuff over there. I actually own my own sweatshirts, and I love them. I think they're actually surprisingly good quality for just like a kind of drop shipping uh, Teespring account. I have had them for years and they still look amazing. So I actually do like if you're interested, I definitely recommend it. Let me get the link. I literally have to like look it up because I can never remember what it is. Oh, actually, I think maybe it's linked to my YouTube. Let me see here. Planning with K spring. Um, I'll find it. I'll find it. I share it every so often. Ugh, Teespring, like I think changed their name to just Spring. So let me see here. Discover creators. Can I search? I just need to know like how they format the sites. Okay. Maybe like this. No. I love how I can't find my own merch store. Here we go. I found it. I found it. It's loading. One sec. Oh, Gabriella, we've so enjoyed having you in the chat today. You said, I thoroughly enjoyed my first live stream that I was able to catch today and love talking with you and everyone in the chat. The feeling is so mutual, Gabriella. You were such a pleasure to have here. Maurice is asking if there's an update on the Patreon only shop. No update yet, Marisa. No update yet. It's still like if we end up doing it, it'll probably be so we're updating our website right now, and that will probably launch in like August or something like that. I think that's probably a time when we'll reevaluate the Patreon exclusive shop and figure out what we're going to do there. Okay, so here we go. I found my Teespring, and why is it only showing one design? It's only showing my rainy day design, but there's more. And that's like not my favorite one. Where are my other ones? Where's like it's the little things. That's the best one. Hmm. Okay, that's kind of annoying. I'm going to try Googling it again. Hmm. Okay, well, I'll send you guys this link. I'm not seeing all of my listings on here, and I don't really know why, but there are the sweatshirts with my rainy day design on there. I'll send it in the chat anyways. But, like, the the best 2 designs that were in there, for some reason, I'm not seeing. Maybe if I can log into my account, I can figure out why. Let me see here. Okay, I was able to remember my login, so that's good. Let me go to my listings. What the hell? Show ended. Okay, here we go. I see them now, but it looks like they had ended. This listing is outdated and needs to be relaunched. Click here for instructions. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's a whole thing. Oh God. Okay. Well, I don't have time to do that right now. My those listings are so old, I guess, that it's like outdated and I basically need to like relist them. So, I don't know. It looks like more of a thing than I have time to do right now. I'm like, should I just try really quick? Let me just try with one. Let me see if it really is a whole thing or if it's something I can do very quickly. Because I really like these two designs here. If I go here, no, this is the whole thing. I don't have time for this right now, unfortunately. Um, Dana said, "When do I have to join the correct tier in Patreon to receive this frog sticker kit?" So, Dana, you can join anytime in July. You can join my Patreon throughout an entire month, and anytime you join, you will qualify for that month sticker collection. I do ship out the first shipment in the first week of the month. Usually it ends up being around the 6th. So, if you want to be in that first shipment, I would say join by the 3rd of that month. The 3rd tends to be around when I export the patron information for that first shipment. So the first few days of the month is the best time to be in that tier to receive that sticker collection in the first shipment, but you can join anytime throughout the month and you'll still qualify. You'll just be in one of the later shipments that happens later on in that month. I do about 3 or 4 shipments per month. So, like, every 1 to 2 weeks, I'll go in and ship out the rewards for any new patrons or anybody who upgrades. I'll then ship out a second envelope with the remaining stickers that you need. But yeah, so anytime in July is when you can qualify for this collection. And if you join this month all the way up until the last day of the month, that is when you'll qualify for the Mediterranean lemon stickers, which I'm trying to see if I have those in my sticker stack here, in my absurd sticker stack. But I don't see them. But you guys have probably seen them. I posted a video, an edited video showing the lemon designs. But yeah, so that's this month's collection. Join anytime this month for the lemon stickers. And like if you want both the lemons and the frogs, then you could just join this month. You'll be sent the lemon stickers and then just keep your pledge going into next month. Lisa said, "I've never read any Harry Potter or seen a movie, and I have no desire to." Well, to fill you in, Lisa, Dobby is like the little house elf. It's worth a Google because I feel like there's so many Dobby references. Like, go onto YouTube and search like uh s- Dobby sock scene, and it's just really really sweet. Where it's like and I'm not hugely, like, familiar with Harry Potter on, like, a deep level. It's been a while since I've seen that movie in particular, but basically, I think it's that, like, if a house elf is, like, given a gift or, like, given something or owns something, that he's free and, like, he's freed from his, like, servitude, basically. So there's a whole, like, really, like, emotional part of the story that everyone loves where Dobby becomes a free elf, like, Harry Potter frees him and, gives him a gift of a sock, and that free oh, it's, like, giving me chills just thinking about it. But Karen said that you can Google search Dobby's story or YouTube search Dobby's story, and, can learn more about Dobby, but Dobby is, like, I think like, a lot of people's favorite Harry Potter character. Everybody has a love for Dobby, and he's, like, a very derpy looking little elf, so it's cute. Okay, I do see the suggestions to give our Dobby, frog a sock to, like, indicate this Dobby reference. I do like, a sock wouldn't fit fully into this theme, but I feel like I could probably have him wearing some socks, almost like similar vibes to the sweater here, and we could probably get away with that without it looking too out of place. We'll see on Wednesday when we start working on this during the live stream. Okay. Well, guys, I think that is it for today. I love how we've gotten to this whole other conversation when I already meant to end the stream. And also, Holly said you should watch Wind and Willows. It really suits the sticker set. That's your homework. I love the suggestion, Holly. Thank you so much. I'll see if I have time, if I get to it. Wind and Willows for some inspiration for the sticker collection. All right. So, guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining. This has been such a lovely stream, as always. Just such a lovely weekend of interactions with you guys. My heart feels very full this weekend from all of the amazing conversations we've had. Oh, I'm also kind of curious. I'm going to go back over to that Patreon chat to see how it's popping. Nice. All right. We got that chat over there happening. Cool. So, um, yeah, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys again so much for joining. Thank you for bringing your lovely selves to the Zoom hangout and to the live stream today. It has, again, just been such a pleasure to chat with you guys. I had so much fun having all these conversations today, even if it meant I didn't get quite as far in the sticker designs as I would have hoped. I'll take one last sip of my yerba to send you guys off. Cheers. And oh, let me actually take the sip. And I will see you guys for my next Patreon live stream on Wednesday. And if you are not a $10 and up patron, I will see you next Sunday for our next public design stream. All right, guys, see you then and have a lovely rest of your day. Bye, everybody.